Okay, good morning. I think I'm ready, and I think I've sorted out the audio. And I think I'm ready to start. So let's go. Aha. Who am I playing? Oh, tough game. Tough game to start. So top seeds playing each other in round one. Okay, as an organizer, I would say that's quite creative. So he wants to play the what does he want to play? What do we call this? Something like the Philidor. I'm going to take it. I'm going to play bishop f4 because it seems like a good place to stick my bishop, and I'm going to hopefully castle queenside and attack him on the king side with g4, since he's very helpfully played h6. So if he's crafty, he'll play queen d7 and hedge his bets. So I'm happy with my position. I've got rook fe1, I've got e5, I've got g4 and g5 if he castles. This is good. Okay, he's asking for it. Gonna do it. Haven't really got any choice. And h4 seems like the obvious move. He's going to play bishop f6. Question is, do I have to accept double pawns, don't I? Because it's going to take on e4. But then I'm going to play g5. It's not the end of the world. It's not what the crowd wanted. Oh, and then he's going to go queen f6. No, he missed queen f6. I think queen f6 was a very good move. This is just a good move. Now, I can play rook fe1, and then if he takes, maybe I've got a chance to salvage this game with knight d2. I'm getting hammered. So I've got to play something like consolidate. I'm happy with that. I'm fairly happy with that too. Where's he going to go? Okay, so if I go there and then maybe sacrifice on h6 at some point. Oh, he's just playing quickly because he's got queen a3 and then mate on c3. This is not what I planned. Okay. I've got to run away. Rook d3. That's pathetic, isn't it? I didn't even get my kingside attack going. Not the plan at all. So king b2 just to stop him go queen a3. Now, think. Get my bits. Knight d. Ah, okay. Now he wants to play positionally. Interesting. Well, I've got to take it. I've got to take it, and then what do? I can still attack him on the king side. I still have some kind of attack, even though I seem to be dropping my pieces. It's not good. Not good at all. Okay. Give me a chance. I've got bishop f6 and rook h8, mate. I don't think you can stop that plan. That is ridiculous. Oh dear. If anyone's watching this game, I apologise. I was so lucky. Oh dear. I apologise. Lewis, you really should have clobbered me. Let's see if I can do better in this. Actually play a real game. Okay. Somebody playing the exchange French, I forgive you. Question is, isolated pawn or not? Is it a weakness or is it a strength? Now I'm not sure. I'll go and take it and then go knight e5. And with luck, I might be able to mate him on h2. I'm not so worried about the pawn. If I go h6, bishop f6, queen f6 with h4 coming, that looks quite strong. And then he goes f3, queen h4. Okay, let's try that. So the idea is to get my queen to this diagonal. If I'm lucky, he'll let me play queen h4. And then I can try and mate him with bishop g3, check, queen h2, mate. What did Jack say? Advice is draw lots of arrows. So I'll do my best. Okay, while I'm waiting for him to move, I can give a plug for Golders Green chess tournaments. Yesterday we had a record number, and that is a record number of 156. That was after 27 years running chess tournaments under the banner of Golders Green, although they have actually taken place at 2 venues now. This current venue is a lovely church in Kidderpore Avenue in Hampstead, just over the border from Golders Green. It's called St Luke's. So if you Google Golders Green chess, you'll come up with the tournament, the venue, and all the results are on chessresults.com. It's a very kind comment. Ah, he's resigned. Okay, that was an unfortunate weakening of the king's side, but let's see what else I can do with the game. Pairings get ready. By the way, Jack, this is a very good idea for a tournament. Okay, Ritzy, you've got to divorce yourself from this idea that the exchange French is a good idea. Definitely not. Okay, so who am I playing? Chesspatzer. Oh, hello. Okay, so d4, I think. Something a bit more respectable. Now, I wonder if he's been watching the previous games I've played against the Dutch. I wonder if he's ready for my rather blunt, basic technique. Now, I'm not going to do what I did before. I think I probably will do that. Point all my pieces towards his king, and then try and mate him with h4 and knight g5. It's not very subtle, but it's quite good in blitz. And if he plays d5, I might take on f6 and just develop. Because I think I want the e5 square more than I need that knight. Where is it going to go? It's not always as useful as that bishop is for defensive purpose. Okay, so now where do I want my pieces? I do want to castle queenside, or at least have the option. So I might play h4 in a second and then just castle. Let's have a look. Knight c6, just defend that pawn. I think in an earlier game I played Chesspatzer UK and I failed to defend the pawn and he just took it, and I was definitely worse. Probably losing. Queen e8. Now where's he going to go with that? h5 is not a good place to go. I think this is the time to castle. And if he goes queen h5, I think I might just have h3 and g4 and just push him back. And if he goes e5, I might just go d5 and c4. Okay, here we go. h4 and then knight g5. Now I'm threatening knight takes h7. And then when he takes with the king, I can go knight takes f6, discovered check, which would be nasty. And he didn't spot it. So, is he threatening anything drastic? I don't think so. So I've executed my threat and I might be winning that game in short order. What's he going to do now? Rook f7. Then what do I do? He's done it. He's a very kind man. Double check. Queen win. Yeah. Yeah, I think Chesspatzer Bristol, that might be John. I think you've got to go and have a look at some of my previous games against Chesspatzer UK, and then you'll see how black can play against this variation, and he gets quite a good position. So, oh, I got some bonus points. That's very optimistic. Can I just say, I'm really sorry, Lewis, that I played such an appalling game. I think I was still half asleep. I certainly didn't expect to win that after 10 moves, or 15, or 20 moves. Normally in those sort of over-the-board games, you're just waiting to be executed. But if it was our first game in this tournament, then it probably explains why it was such variable quality. So, who have we got online? We've got Vincent. I wonder if that's Vincent Sag. And we've got Chesspatzer Norway seems to have disappeared, which is concerning. He was definitely one of the favourites. Okay, return match. I'm not quite sure what Go Berserk actually means, if I could just say that. Half the time. Now he's thinking about castling queenside. Okay. Now we'll see. I can't really defend that adequately, so I've either got to play e4 or take. I can't defend it, so I've got to keep moving. And ideally, I'd like to play my knight to e5, maybe get c5 in, knight d7 to c5 if he plays. If I go there and he plays here, I'm going to go knight d7 to e5. And then I'm ready to attack his king. So, oh, he's done it voluntarily. That's very kind of him. Now let's see. I don't really care about the open diagonal, but I can open it if I want to by playing c6. But that gives him chances. I'm just going to put my knight on e5 because it's a good square. And now I think I will put a rook on c8 and then play c6, or play c6 and then put a rook on c8. Haha. Okay, so he's going to put his knight on d4. So I'm going to play c5 to stop him. Then I'm going to go rook c8. And maybe I still have chances on the king side with knight g4. So I can play knight g4, or I can play f4 and f3. That looks like a good plan. f4, I can't take it because his knight's on prise. So he has to take here first, and then take here. Otherwise I play f3, and that's rather nasty. I think he has to take. No, he wants to swap queens now. I'm going to just double my rooks on a c file and maybe play d5. But I've always got my eye on h2. And I've also got my eye on that rook, or he's moved it. Okay. So d5 takes, knight takes, and then knight f4 looks like a good plan. But c4 I have to watch out for. Let's just play that first. He's going to go queen d4, try and swap queens off. Maybe queen d4, and I'll try and avoid it. Okay. So now he's going to take. If I go d5, he's going to take it. Knight takes, something takes e4. Probably should have played more aggressively. Now he's just going to double rooks. Problems with the e pawn. And I'm running out of time. So the question is takes, takes, knight takes, rook takes. Do I have any tricks with the queen? I do not. So I really need to get my act going. That will do. He's going to double rooks. Yeah, then he's going to play b5, win that pawn, and then it'll be all over. D. So, got to play rook e6. Whoops. Rook e6 doesn't look good along that diagonal. So I need to, I'm not really sure about h4. So now, can I get away with playing d5, takes, knight takes? No, I can't do that. But I can do this and then play something like knight g4, forcing off his light squared bishop, and then I've got that as a weakness, and possibly exchanging this pawn for that pawn. King's got an escape square. I don't know, I sound like I'm talking sense or nonsense. Let's just see what he does. He might panic. If he gives me time, I'm going to put this rook here or here. Just going to bring it back since it's not doing anything on that square, but I need to make sure that he doesn't have bishop c4 pinning my rook. But the good thing about chess is a turn-based game and you can't pass. So he's going to have to make a move. And if he makes the wrong move, we'll see. He's got distracted. Maybe he's wandered off. He's certainly having a long think. Queen g5. Now he definitely wants to swap stuff off. Can't really avoid it, can I? Then I'm losing that. Can't really avoid it. I haven't got anywhere to put my queen. And he could come in on d8 if I go knight d7. So if I take it, knight g4, then he's got tricks with c5. Yeah, now he's definitely looking at that diagonal. Oh, okay, so maybe if I just move my king takes, and I take with the pawn, that does look ludicrous, but it might even work. Let's just do it. Don't really want to give him the d-file, but he has the d-file. Not like I have a choice. If he takes my queen and I take with the rook, got this pawn for free, so I've got to take it with the pawn. And then at least I might have some fighting chances. But I don't want him doubling rooks on the back rank. I want to be able to fight back with something. Maybe I'll just, if he moves his rook, maybe I'll just put my rook here and try and get his back rank. It's not great, but it is the best of a bad lot. So the art is containment. I've got to try it. Now I know that that is probably the best idea, taking off a set of rooks. Now I'm not unhappy. Now he goes rook b5. I go knight d7 and then take on c5. Something like that. And then he goes bishop a4. No, I can probably get away with a draw here if I'm lucky. Just by taking off a few pieces, but it's no more than that. Now, do I have any cheeky checkmates with rook there? Let's do it. If I go knight d3 and then knight f4, aha. Do I have rook h1? I do. I might flag him, but that wouldn't be very gentlemanly. He might flag me, actually, to be fair. Mm-hmm. I've gone quiet because I think I might actually be losing, but king h6 doesn't look very good, but I think I might have him. Rook takes h5, check, luckily. I'm not totally sure that I can try and win this, but we'll see. I'm just going to bring my pawn up and just see if I can work out what's going on. Okay, so I can put my pawn there. And now I'm going to queen it. It's all over. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What happened there? Okay, I meant to queen that pawn, but I didn't get anywhere. That wasn't a cheeky idea. I literally just hit the wrong button. I'm going to set my tools to auto queen or something next time. Tools. No, settings, that's right. Let's have a look. Preferences, game display, board highlights, board coordinates, move notations, then let's have a look. Oh, maybe you can't. Okay. Let's go back and play another game of chess. That was terrible. It was terrible. But I will say to anyone watching, Blitz chess is not a way to improve your game, but it is a good way of practicing your openings. But not a great way to improve your chess. So yesterday, Golders Green Chess, 150 odd people. Oh, Chesspatzer UK has taken over the lead, so I'm going to have to beat him. This is it, leaderboard. Going to get him. I know he's streaming, so I have to play a decent game. Hopefully he won't have seen the rubbish I've been playing. But if he has, I apologise. And I have beaten him a few times, looking at that list, but some of those weren't completely representative of either of our abilities. So I'm going to let him take the queen's side. Now this is a Roy Lopez. Depending on how you look at it, this is really a Roy Lopez position. So the question is, does he know how to play this as opposed to playing the French? Knight d4 to f5 is quite a good. I think I can play knight c3 here rather than knight d2 losing the bishop. Yeah, I can do that. And then where do I put my pieces? Put my bishop on e3. So he wants to do that, does he? b4 is a threat. Stop him. He's trying to win my bishop on c2. And now he wants to come in on c4. I don't really care about. Don't really care about that. I do care about putting a rook on c1, so I'm going to get on with that. Okay, so now he's threatening b2. And even if I defend it by moving my bishop, he can still take on b2. And then he takes on c3, which is quite a nasty idea. Can't really defend that idea. So if I go bishop b3 and he takes on b2, queen takes, I am winning the pawn on e5. So he does have to be careful. Oh, okay, very tricky position. I've also got knight takes b5 check in some lines. Knight takes b5 check. Winning the bishop on b7. So what to do? Bishop b3. And let's see if he goes for knight takes b2. And then maybe I can choose rook c1 with some threats. Or I can take it. Yeah, I shall go rook c1 with some threats. He's just snaffling my pawns, the swine. Okay, well, I'm going to keep attacking. I have to keep attacking. My only advantage here is he does have possibly a couple of loose pawns here. And I'm just trying to think of a way of winning one or both. I could be going down, Jack. Could be going down. I think this is the time to employ the glasses of doom. Well, now I can actually see what I'm doing. That's unbelievably good. Well, I'm definitely going to take that. And now, do I have e5 tricks? Oh, actually I've just got knight takes b5, bishop a6. That can't be bad, can it? His knight is on freeze. That cannot be a bad idea. And now, I've got bishop a4, and then he castles. I've got nothing's on freeze. That bishop, I've got to move it or do something with it. Let's do that. Castles. And I'm eyeing up c6. That's the square I want. Try and put my bishop or something on c6 and then get a passed pawn. That is a plan. How am I going to do that? Knight c6. Alright, the first thing is I could go knight a7 to c6. So if I took on c8, I should have taken on c8 before, maybe. Okay, he's going for it. I get your drift, Jack. Get your drift. Don't really want to do that, but I need to defend my king somehow. H3. Now I've got bishop A3. And with any luck, I can play queen B2, something like that. Ah, he's got knight takes E4 trick. Okay. Can't argue with that trick. What do I have? I do have my own tricks. I've got knight takes E5 trick. And I might just get away with that. Though I didn't look at it. I just saw he didn't have queen B1 check. And I've also got, if he doesn't take it, I've got knight C6, which is where I wanted to go in the first place, but I wasn't expecting that knight to get there. So let's see what happens. I think his best idea might be to just play bishop F6 or queen B3. Okay, where's he going to go? He's going to take, and I'm going to take on E7. I can go there, knight C6. And now we're going to exchange off bits, perhaps. If I'm lucky, I have C7 and C8. But hey, what's he going to do? That's quite a difficult position to play. Can't go bishop F6 because I go queen E8. And he can't really, queen D1 check doesn't do anything. Queen takes A3, he has to. Now I'm threatening mate. I think he has a perpetual. I don't think I've got anything better, so it's a draw. Yeah, good game. In that position, here, after queen B3, I think I had a win, but well, Stockfish says queen F5. The idea being mate, which is always a good ambition. Queen F5 would have won. Okay. Knight C6 didn't look too bad, but it's a perpetual. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. Oh gosh, now I'm third. That's not right. Who's Phil Dorning? It's outrageous. Okay, now I've got to start playing a bit more aggressively. Knight takes B2 was good. Okay. French defense. The other thing I forgot was that this is 5 minutes plus 2 seconds a move, which definitely affects the way you play. Okay. It's funny, I'm watching Jack's stream on one screen and I'm playing chess on the other and messaging on a third, and that is not probably the best recipe for playing good games. But luckily I've played this line so many times. I don't really like playing against the advanced French, but it has a very straightforward plan. Just basically swap the light squared bishops with bishop a6, reroute the knight to c6 after playing c5, attack the centre, take his dark squared bishop, which makes my dark squared bishop very strong, and then play f6 at some point. This doesn't really make a lot of difference. Now he's exchanged off his dark squared bishop. He can't really attack me in a sensible way, and I can often attack him with h5, opening up the h file. But that does block the position up. He often plays g5 after that, and I don't really want him to do that. So what I might do is I might play knight c6, and then to stop him playing g5, I could play g5 myself, but no, he's played e4. So first things first, got to watch out for the centre. Okay, so knight c6. Then if he takes, bishop is check, then I can still defend this pawn. Positionally, that looks okay. Got an isolated pawn, but it's okay. So is he. And he's got this ludicrous pawn on g4 as well after takes. Then my queen is attacking g4 with check, which is probably not something he wanted. Rook d1. I'm still attacking it with check, so I'm going to castle. He can have that pawn. But these sorts of positions are quite finely balanced. It's a question of whether white centre is falling apart. Okay, so he saw that, and now I can take on d4. That's it, so the e5 pawn is hanging. If he takes back with the knight, the e5 pawn is hanging, and he's seen that. Knight b5. I can take on e4. Takes. Knight takes. No, queen takes. He's going to play queen takes. So I'm going to put a rook on c8. So I've got rook takes c2 at the end. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Okay. Put some pressure on the diagonal. Oops. Diagonal. And then see what happens. Rook de1. Okay, so I'm going to put some pressure on these files. Don't panic. Queen takes f7 check is threatened, but I've got a way of defending that. If I go bishop c5 attacking the knight, I am also threatening to take on e4. No, I really want to put that pressure on there. Okay, so what can I do here that's really aggressive? I can play bishop h4, rook e2. That's got to be a nasty move to have to meet. He's got to play rook e2. I take on e4. It takes on e4 with the queen. I take it. I go, yeah, interesting. Take on e4. Queen takes e4. Rook takes d4. Queen b7. Damn it. I've got something here. Just something tricky. Got to defend laterally. And then maybe I'm threatening something critical. Okay, so rook c7, let's do that. Now I'm threatening taking on e4 and then taking on d4, but he spotted that. Damn it. And now what do I do? Takes. I'm going to take it. At the very least, I want to get rid of the mate threats so that I can attack his knight. Bishop, maybe. Tricky. But I think I can play b5 here and I've got a comfortable position. Double my rooks if I need to. So but I can't really get rid of his pieces from the center of the board. Bishop c5 maybe. Okay, so if he gives away, I'm going to go rook d2. I'm going to go for rook c2. No, he's not having it. So I've got lots of time. Maybe I'll just let him have f7. I don't really want to let him have f7. Do that. And then play rook c2. Or rook c4 looks actually even better. Now what am I going to do? Tricky. quite hard for white actually, because probably no reason why he should lose this. But I'm going to double my rooks on his back rank now. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I might even be walking into my own mating net. That's bad. There you go. That was lucky. Very lucky. Do I have a mating net here? I can go e5, e4, e3, blah, 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 blah. Let's just do it. Can't be bad. Yeah. Have I got time to play this? Yes, probably. Takes, takes, king takes, there, there, there. No, two. Excuse me. Draw. Oh, well played. I'm falling behind. Well, this definitely needs some technique here. I'm going to have to win 3 games in a row. Okay. 3 games in a row, come on. 3 games in a row. Just defend the pawn on e4. Just defend the pawn on e4. Nothing wrong with this position for either side. Don't mind having an isolated pawn, but gosh, do I really want to do that? Yeah, I guess so. So c3. It's very level. Let's not. Let's not. Oh, shit. Excuse my French. Finger failure. That's when you blunder everything. Literally. Okay. I have to try not to drop my pieces. I think for some reason Chesspatzer UK's games are a lot more interesting than mine, so I can't really blame you if you're not looking at this feed. How many people are watching? Let's have a look. Nobody's watching this channel. I don't really blame you.